Hi, thanks for finding out about my 7-step root cause solution to damp. I'm Simon Hitchens, a RICS qualified expert witness and PCA damp and timber surveyor. I have a background in property management and management consulting. I have overturned more than 2,000 misdiagnosed cases of rising damp. I'm a sort of grubby detective, and I would like to encourage you to become as good as me, perhaps even better. There are many people I'd like to thank along the way. I'm not the first person to realize that rising damp is grossly over misdiagnosed in this country. This is a 5-part introduction to a very practical approach to solving damp, suitable for both a homeowner and a surveyor. It's spiced up with real examples, solutions and quizzes, and you're welcome to submit questions on the forum at surveyor.tips. So here we are at a standard Victorian ground floor flat. You can just about see the little dots at the base of the wall, an indication that a damp proofer has already injected chemicals. We go inside, and inside there is a damp wall. It's damp up to about 1 metre high. A young couple bought this Victorian ground floor flat a few months ago. They had a survey, but not an independent damp survey. The surveyor told them it had rising damp. They accepted the vendor's explanation that the house was built over a stream and the damp proofer's guarantee would cover them. But the damp got worse, and as we'll see, guarantees are meaningless unless the root cause is rising damp, which it isn't. Let's look in the cellar. Stop if you feel sick. It's dark, wet and stinks as shit. There's a damp proofer's membrane. Strangely, neither the surveyor nor the buyers look behind the membrane. Behind the membrane there's a pool of water buzzing with flies and tiny blue snails. We flushed the toilet to see if the water would come through. Nothing. We tested the rainwater drain. Nothing. We undertook a mains water pressure test. Nothing. We noticed the timbers had been replaced, a sign of past dry rot treatment. And then, by chance, we heard the neighbour flushing his toilet. And sure enough, water appeared. So I got lucky, but many is the time when I've had to return, leaving monitoring devices until eventually I work out the root cause. It's hard work, but it's fun. Really, really fun. I love cracking cases others have misdiagnosed. But what would be better still is if I encourage a new generation of independent damp surveyors. The saving is not just money and disruption, but more importantly, the risk of dry rot. So that was a simple and hopefully clear example of misdiagnosed rising damp. But most, but not all diagnosis for rising damp is wrong. But it can be hard, sometimes very hard, to identify the root cause. The root cause here was the upstairs toilet. The property has had damp proofing treatment using chemicals and membranes. The estimated cost of work to date is about $20,000 for damp proofing treatment. I saw new timber which suggests that there's been dry rot treatment, which might have cost a further $20,000. Taking a root cause approach would have probably saved both of these problems in terms of inappropriate treatment costs. Plus, there's an additional cost of disruption and ongoing risk of rot and future repair. Don't forget, the vendor probably sold the property for $20,000 less than they would have done if the seller hadn't stank so much. The solution is normally very simple. Here, a general builder took a day to fix the broken soil pipe, which would have caused ongoing problems had it not been repaired, not to mention the smell and the health risks. We learned that what people think and tell you, in all innocence, are not always correct. It's harder to be objective about oneself than it is to be objective about somebody else. But listen carefully and look around. There'll be many useful clues. I was sceptical, as I know Victorians did not build properties over streams. Indeed, they did not build properties at risk of high groundwater. Continue to find out more about damp and the 7-step root cause solution, and take the odd quiz along the way.